Okay, so I just wanted to make a quick video. I was in the process of making one and I looked down and my camera's not counting. For some reason it went out on me. Don't you hate when that happens? And you're over here doing a video and then all of a sudden, then you kind of like lose your momentum. You're like, really? That was my original reaction. Now I got to go back and try to have the same enthusiasm. So here I am, okay? So what I was saying was that I know anybody who's in the collecting world or anything, you know, follows Monster High. Recently, this high school has went on sale, and I would have never ended up getting one because I don't have the space. I genuinely do not have the space. I'm really struggling just to find the space for my dolls, and which are only G3 and some Skelectors. And yeah, so I'm like, you know what? I don't care for that price. I'll keep it in the box forever if I have to. So I come up with an idea. So just to give you an idea of how my room is set up on this wall. So like my bed is back here where I am. And then over here is where my dolls go from. Here, which, you know, over here, I ended up adding these two, and I didn't want to put them over there. I wanted you to just keep them in this area to here. And then I had to put these two shelves up too. This one and this one. And I'm probably going to have to put one here and here too, because I'm, like I said, running out of space. But anyways, so I used the top of my dresser, and I had two doll houses. I have this one here, and then I had one here where this was. And I said, okay. And I had like a lot of the G1 play sets in there. I had Frankie's room decked out, wallpapered, everything. But I haven't really been playing that much. I really get my most use out of Claudine's bedroom. That's one of my favorites, and Draculaura's potion room. So I'm really sticking with the G3 things. And I said, you know what? I'll take this down. So this table is a Christopher Knight table. Yeah, and I've got, don't mind this stuff down here. I've got some of my things I gotta find a space for. I really have no space. So I had this in the living room, and this is like, it has like a little leaf in it. You can pull it out. You can eat at it, you know, dine at it, whatever. But I just really wasn't getting any use out of it. So the kids were messing it up. So I said, you know what? I think that would just be big enough for my high school. So I took down the house that was here, and I'm debating on taking this one down. Like I said, I got to find a place for Claudine's bedroom. If I could find a decent place, too bad they didn't make it a little bigger up here. And if this was an empty space where these beds are and came out just a little bit more, I might have been able to put the bed up there. But anyway, here we go. Here's a tour. And I'm really happy with this because it's big, but if you can find a way to, you know, get in where, how do they say that? Get in where you fit in. Oh God, I'm goofy. Anyways, so here we go. Here's the tour. And I freed up space on my dresser. Like, I freed up space up here. I have an empty shelf now. So I'm so excited about the space and the amount of dolls that it holds. So I did the Fear Book dolls because that's school orientated, and some of my favorites. And so we're going to go through them. So here we have the Fear Book Abby. I like her little ponytail on top. They changed her face. They kind of made her eyes go up way more slanted. Her face is a little more skinny. I prefer the original Abby. I think she is so absolutely beautiful, like stunning beautiful. I think the original Abby is. So I changed her skirt, and I'm not happy with the shoes either. And I'll get into why. So, but I was able, and here's her little desk with all her little art accessories and her chainsaw. How sick is that? And I'm so pleased that I was able to put Draculaura's potion room in here. Right? And right here is her potion stuff as well. So it's kind of like an add-on. My daughter thought it came with it. She was like, that's separate? I'm like, yeah, it looks really good. So I'm really happy about that. And then if we go over here, we've got my favorite girls together, Draculaura and Claudine, no brainer. And so what I'm talking about with the shoes, like Draculaura shoes, like that is a sick pair. That is how you do a tennis shoe. Like to me, well, I wear big clunky tennis shoes anyway, so I like the style. But that shoe is like come on. Like those are sick. Those are my favorite. And I like Claudine shoes are pretty good too. Anyway, this is so Fearbook Draculaura and my original Claudine that I ever had. She's been played with a lot. But look, I know we've got new ones, you know, new styles and updated versions and all these things, but she remains my favorite. There's some really cool Claudines, but when I got this doll, I was infatuated. Like the little jumper, the curl, which I braided, I had to, but like, I love her. She is sick. She has sentimental value to me. So she's there with a bag of gifts for Draculaura, her best buddy. And so let's go up, and we'll just go up the stairs. Oh, who is it? Oh, Nephra, look at you, girl. Look at you. Fabulous with her little straps. Very beautiful doll. Love the height. Love the bronze skin. Love the pinched nose, the protruding cheekbones. I think they did a good job. I would have preferred her eyes to be a little more thinned out and slanted like the original, but she's not the original. So anyways, love her. Could do without so much of the pink that they're adding in, but that's a pretty magenta tone, more like a purple. But they've been adding so much pink in on everybody lately. It's like, okay, yeah, give the pink a break a minute. For me, anyway. If I want pink, I feel like this. If I want pink, I'll buy Barbie. I buy these because they're monsters. And I hate when that gets lost. They're monsters, bro. Monsters. Okay. Look at her doing her dance. Her little live. I feel like these are live scorpions. That's why they're swinging like that. And then, welcoming committee, Frankie. And they are about to do their speech. She's got Drac. There's another Drac. I tried not to do doubles in the house, but I do have a double Drac and a double Claudine just for space. She reminds me of, I don't know why, Alicia Keys or something with that hat. Sick. And over here, I feel like she's an exchange student. She's in the welcoming committee with Frankie. And then we go up and we got Twyla, another example, Fearbook, of amazing shoes. Like, what is that? Is that not one of the best shoes? That has to be one of the best shoes I've ever seen made. Like, for real, for real. Look at that. They're big. They're just... Look at that. Those are sick. It reminds me of something that you would see on Rochelle. You know? Like monumental statue type. Look at those. My word. So that's what I mean about Fearbook in the shoes. And this is the cutest dress that I've ever seen in my life. Like, come on. Her hair wasn't great, but I did a little gel and I got it in place. Love the black clips. Her face. Just eerie. Love it. I think they did this face well compared to the original, you know, capturing the original but making it different. A+ on that. And she's sitting on there's a little escape hatch here and the little chain coming down. And let's see, we'll go here. This is Cleo in her set. Love her. She's a great Cleo. I can't believe they're going to be making core refreshes again already. And this is one of my favorite Claudines. I love this dress. That little moon thingy, like a little dream catcher bag, I had hanging in her bed like a little dream catcher. It's one of my favorites. And it's the same color as her necklace. So I just put it on her as a little bag because It's really one of my favorite pieces. G1 piece. She's beautiful. Beautiful. Love the dress. One of my favorite Claudines. I mean, the hair is a little plasticky, but still, I love the hairstyle. These little pulled back here, like in little ponytails. Yeah, one of my favorite hairstyles ever done. And I curled it. I curled these. Tried to get them a little even and out and better. So let's go up to Toralei. Again, another example of amazing shoes for the Fear books. So I thought, if at least they follow the theme of the big, clunky, beautiful shoe, you know, we can't lose, but I don't feel like they did. I think they went 50% on Venus's and no percent on Abby's. And I love her. I love her face. I love her gelled bob. Like, yeah. I had put those shoes on His Fits Toralei because they go really, really good with her outfit. But then I couldn't find anything comparable to replace for Toralei. So I was like, And for some reason, sometimes, like, I have to have them in their original outfit. I can do some changes. Like, for example, I don't know if you can see Draculaura back here, core refresh. I put a black skirt on her because all that pink was, that plastic pink was too much for me. One little change like that, okay. But if it starts to come into a lot like this Abby, I'm like, can I live with that skirt? Because now she's really not Monster High themed at all. Like, the skirt screamed Monster High G1 kind of to me. Like the little silky material with the print that matches the ghoul. But for now, I'm dealing with it. The shoes distract me 100%. I can deal with anything but those. Okay, so this is my favorite Laguna. Like, come on. Let's see how many times I said like in this video. Great, everybody wants to scream while I'm doing a video. Let me shut my door. So here we are, back to my favorite Laguna. Remember, I did this video once already, so I have lost a little bit of my luster. But not for this Laguna. Huh. The Adidas style outfit with the stripes down the side. The earrings. Look at those. Look at those. Ombre flowers. I didn't notice those. Like, the hair's always been over them. So maybe a couple weeks ago, I was like, wait a minute, these are badass earrings. The cap. How come we've never got another cap? This is one of my favorite clothing accessories ever made for them. With the drips. Like, okay. The tennis shoes. The chunky tennis shoe. With the, like, iridescent sheen to them. Love. Another icon. I'm afraid if I touch her, she's gonna fall. Because I got her up on her skateboard. Original Ghoulia. Another one that I can't say enough about. The faces are different. The original face, this is the original. I got her probably shortly after she was released. And I feel like her face is more kind of feminine and pretty looking. And then you got the second release of Ghoulia's, which is right here. I'll grab her. And her face is a little different, in my opinion. I feel like the doll's even a little bit shorter. Let me take her glasses off. I got Drax glasses on her. Okay, so if you kind of look at her face, her eyes are kind of like down a little more. Hers are more up and like slanted. To me, she looks a little more like the original Ghoulia. A little more distorted, a little more smushed face. That's just me. I don't know. Some people say they see it. Some people don't. And then we come down to the classroom. And I love these desks. They're such an upgrade from the old ones, huh? And we got Claude with his Fits jersey, basketball, and little journal book. And I put a locker back here. See, and the one thing the school didn't have was lockers. I thought that was different. So I put my one big locker back there. I think it looks pretty good. And I put a few little accessories over here. I don't know how I like it because it's not all Monster High stuff, but they're cute. Few little things. The cup, one cup is Monster High, but yeah. And then last but not least, Venus, which I will tell you, and let's look at her shoes. I don't like that they're shiny. I guess they're kind of like rain boot style. And then they got the like teeth, or like teeth, I guess. Let me see. Is that teeth? Yeah. And I love the decal on the side. It almost looks like cloth. So I can find things that I love about these boots, some things I don't like. They're not quite as big as I think they should have been, but I can't find anything I like about Abby's. I really can't. I hate the way they got the ties painted on. Anyways, back to this queen. Last but not least, like I said, I worked with her hair strand by strand, curl by curl, to get it how I thought it looked nice. And I have a niece who has hair identical to this. And it's just so beautiful. Look at the way it comes out of the root. The way the curls are. Just look at that. I cannot stop. I am not kidding you when I say I cannot stop admiring this doll. Sorry, it's all shaky. Oh, my grandson got a little thing from McDonald's and I thought it was so cute, so I put it on the lunch table. That is adorable. But this Venus, like, yo, with her, why did I just say yo? Corny. But yeah. Probably because I'm so mad that my first video was so good and it didn't get recorded. And then maybe I should wait and do another one when I'm a little more, have a little more energy and a little more pumped. But I stay pumped about this high school because it holds so many dolls. And look at her. Can you just not stop staring at her? Look at her hair, and her jumper is sick too. Like, it goes so good with her. And then sitting on the pink and green school bench, like, she got her little flowers. Oh, where's her bag? Oh, no, no, no. Oh, great. My grandson must have carried her bag off. Son of a... Well, I got to go look for it. But yeah, I'm not even a big Venus fan. Don't kill me. I hated the original core, I hated when they came out with the original G3. I thought she had too much pink. I was like, all that pink and green, it was literally something I couldn't look at. It was giving me like headaches. But she grew on me. And now this, I love the G1 Venus. She was one of the ones that I actually had, because I was getting like the unique ones that I thought were super unique at the time. See, my daughter collected them when she was a kid. Well, I got them for my daughter. She collected them from like 10 to 11. And of course, passed it on to my nieces, and wish I wouldn't have. But then later on, maybe 5 or 6 years later, I had a couple of hers that I had put up, and I started adding on to that, which Lady Gaga was one of them. But then, I was doing other things. I was in school. I wasn't able to just sit home and have a hobby like I am now. But if you are on the fence about her, don't be. And one piece of advice, be very, very gentle. Get an idea in mind of what you want to do, and be so super gentle and move one curl at a time. And yeah, you might have to, when you pull that curl down, it might have a little bit of fuzz. You might have to trim that off. Try not to cut too much into a good curl, because you don't want like a straight end piece left. Make sure when you're trimming it, it's even, and get your idea in mind. And I'm so happy with mine. But now let me go look for my bag.